What'd it do?
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Critique Week. There's more of you waiting today than there were yesterday. I bet it's because I sent an email today. But you guys don't have to wait for me to send emails for these. We're here every single day. So feel free to hang out. The days that I don't send emails, we have way less people. So it technically increases your odds of getting picked. But at the same time, we're still here. You don't need an email. You could just come hang out. We're here every day. So we'll be doing critiques today, tomorrow, and Friday. We'll be doing them a little bit longer because we're subbing out our episode of the Friday Bean for our critique session. Thank you to everybody who's hung out with us every single day so far. We've been doing these since Monday, so we're about halfway through after today. Lots of good stuff to come, though. I'm hoping that we get some shops that can be actually critiqued today. I feel you know what? That's the luck of the draw. It's random. It wouldn't be fair if it wasn't random. The last few shops that we've done, though, have been awesome. Like, there have been so many fantastic shops, and even those of you who got more tips and, critiques than others, that's a good thing, because not only are you guys learning, everybody who's watching is also learning. So even if you don't get picked, even if you, hang out every day and you never get selected, because there's quite a few of you here, that's okay. Just keep in mind that there's so much that you can learn by watching other people get critiqued. I'm sure that if you've been hanging out with us every day, you've probably realized that I say almost the same things
For every shop.
Because there are very specific criteria that Etsy uses. Plus, I'm also going based on brand psychology and some of the things that we teach within Handmade Alpha Academy, which we'll be talking about in just a few minutes. But Mr. Moore, why don't you come up here? Come up here. Come up here. Why don't you go ahead and share the screen so we can get started? I don't know why Bubbers is being strange today. There he goes. You stay up there.
Goofy boy.
So let's go ahead and we'll just jump right into it. If I can...
There you go.
There we go. Okay. So first and foremost, we do these live streams in support of assorted charities. And for wintertime, we always do St. Jude Children's Hospital. They are an amazing cancer research center. They do so much for the children for the holidays. They decorate. They make it super magical. So what better charity to support during the holiday season than St. Jude? If you enjoy what we're doing here, if you enjoy that we're live every single day, if you're thinking, man, I could never get on a camera live every day, let me tell you, it does get exhausting. I'm not quite...
It weighs on you, for sure.
It does. It does. Putting on my makeup every day weighs on me. But, if you want to say thanks to us, feel free to donate to St. Jude. It's an amazing way to give back. And what better gift to give to children than donating to a cancer research center? Also, guys, Handmade Alpha Academy will be open for one more week. We close in a week.
Something like that. Today's the 3rd. So, yeah, you have 7 more days.
7 more days.
Today.
Yes, 7 more days to enroll in Handmade Alpha Academy. That is my 9-module self-paced Etsy coaching program, A to Z. Anything that you could ever want to learn from Starla Moore, my coaching program has it all. It is the only Etsy course in the world built on a foundation of psychology and neuromarketing. And a lot of the psychological concepts that you hear me reference in Critique Week all come from things that I teach in Handmade Alpha Academy, because I spent years and years researching different MIT case studies. I also was a preschool teacher for, let's see, if we count my years in tech school, it would have been 3 years, 3-ish.
I don't know.
3-ish years.
Something
So
like that.
so that's where my interest in psychology first rooted, but it's also a complete curriculum. Before HAA, I was a teacher. It's why my YouTube content, I feel, is very different than what a lot of other creators create here on YouTube. So if you enjoy my teaching style, it might be a fantastic option for you. Not to mention, with that enrollment, you get more goodies and yummy stuff than any other program out there. I take care of 12 months of eRank Pro for you. I'm a manager over at eRank, so if you have any issues with SEO, if you have any issues navigating eRank, I'm always there to help. Plus, we have eRank staff in my Facebook group as well, so you can save $120 by enrolling in HAA. And if you're already on an eRank Pro plan, a monthly plan, I just take over your payments for 12 months. If you are on a yearly plan, you can wait to claim your 12 months. So you can just wait till your year is up that you already paid for. Just send me an email and I will apply the next 12 months. You also get annual access to our Alpha Holiday Bootcamp that is designed to help you gear up for Q4 each year. Those are always different content. We have different experts and guest speakers. You get annual access to that every single year. So normally if you want to attend those, you got to pay for them. And you get those on their own, which they are amazing. Plus, HAA students also get access to all the replays, which you do not get to keep forever when you just buy the bootcamp by itself. And you also get the Product Photography Essentials Workshop by expert photography coach Christina Nicole. Normally, that's $300 on its own. And I don't think that when you buy that by itself, I don't think that you get support with it. Christina is always in my Facebook group for my students. She's always in there answering questions, giving feedback. If you ever need her to take a look at your pictures and give some advice on how you can improve them, she's in there. Plus, you're getting her program included with your membership for free, which is an amazing deal, and I'm so grateful for her. There's also a ton of other bonuses that we don't even advertise. I had somebody who messaged me, and they're like, what about all these bonuses that are on your curriculum PDF? We have so many bonuses, it would be like beating a dead horse if I were to go over all of them. We also have the amazing Student Campus Facebook community. There are over 2,000 students and spouses and experts all in that group helping each other. It's a fantastic place to hang out, to chat with six-figure sellers, to get tips and advice. Plus, I'm in there answering questions as well. There's eRank staff members in there. There's various experts on different platforms in there. It's just a really, really warm and inviting community. And the cool thing about it is that everybody is on the same path as you because everybody is in Handmade Alpha Academy. We've even had people who have found people to work for them in the group where it's, oh, I'm ready to hire a virtual assistant, but I need to make sure that this virtual assistant knows how my business operates. Well, if that virtual assistant also took HAA, guess what? It's a lot easier to hire somebody with some experience if they're in that program with you. All right, so Mark's going to go ahead and put the link in the chat.
Yep, if you guys are interested, feel free to check that out, or you
Sure.
can go to joinhaa.com.
Yeah, and if you have questions about it, I would love to answer those towards the end of the stream after we get through our critiques. I would much rather answer questions live. I'll respond to your emails. If you want to drop me an email, feel free to reply to any email that I've sent you. If you're on my email list, they all come back to me. It's me answering those emails. Or alternatively, you can reach out directly at Starla at handmadealphaacademy.com. I know it's a mouthful to type that in, but
No, I'll type it in.
yeah, Mark will put it in the chat for you guys. But if I can answer it live, I'd prefer to do that. All right, let's get rolling with Etsy Shop critiques. Let me know in the chat if it is your first critique session. I'm curious to see how many people are joining us for the first time. If you are joining us for the first time, we only have a couple super duper rules.
Super duper rules.
I don't.
Anyway.
All right, Bubbers, I don't understand why that keeps happening, but you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. Please only submit your shop once per round. We will let you know when the rounds begin. We usually do 2 rounds since we only stream for 1 hour during the week. We will be streaming for an hour and a half on Friday, though. Only submit your shop name as it appears on Etsy with no spaces. You know how you have your little shop owner photo on Etsy and then your shop name beside that and there's no spaces? That's what you submit, not your full URL. YouTube will block that. Do not submit shops with IP infringing items. Even though we keep saying it, you guys keep doing it, we cannot pick you. Not to mention, it would not be in your best interest for us to pick you because I have one of the biggest Etsy YouTube channels in the world. And what you're doing isn't just against Etsy's policies, it's against the law. Why would it be a good idea for me to show your law-breaking business to 100,000 subscribers? Like, it's just not a good idea. I would hate to be the reason that you get in trouble. So please be smart. Only submit your shop if you are sure that there's nothing in there infringing. Now, you're going to wait until you see my name, which will be Mr. Moore typing the word go in the chat. And after that, you guys may submit your shop names. These are all selected at random. Mark sticks them all into a random picker generator.
And the one I'm using now also tells me which ones are duplicates.
And we won't pick you.
Yeah, I will. If you submit your shop after go more than once, I will not pick you.
Yep, gotta wait until the go. All right, I think that we are good.
Which I'm going to go ahead and post the go in the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a huge delay, so I was going to go ahead and give it a couple of seconds. Go.
How to submit shop.
Just like this.
Just like this. And there they go.
And we're off.
And we're off. Watching the chat just zoom. 152 so far, not too shabby for a Wednesday.
No, it grows. It's definitely the fastest of the week so far.
That's great. Tell your friends. Post this in Facebook groups. Tell them. Starla Moore. World famous Starla Moore. Actually, you know, I make a joke about that, but I do believe, we've been doing our research. I do believe I am the most famous Starla in the world. I'm serious. I do believe that I am the most famous Starla. Now, there are characters named Starla, but I'm not talking about characters made up people whose names aren't really Starla. I'm talking about living, breathing Starlas. I believe there's some female poker star or whatever, but people aren't showing up. Even if more people, you know, have seen her, I have more people who show up to my videos every week. I think that when it comes to a consistent following, I swear, I think I am the most famous Starla. Are you looking up to see that I'm the most famous Starla? Right now? I think I am. Mr. Moore's looking it up. Anyway, let me know if you know a Starla more famous than me. I need this, guys. I need this for my ego.
We'll go ahead and post shop here in just a second.
Your mom did you an SEO favor. Dude,
she really did.
She did. I always said that if my name was Brittany, I would not be as famous as I am, or Jennifer or Jessica. I think that it's because my name is interesting. Though the top keyword for my channel, because people can't remember what my name is, vidIQ says that top keyword for my channel is eRank Manager, because people can't remember my name. My name was supposed to be Asia Berlin. Isn't
Thank God it's not.
Isn't that awful? My dad wanted to name me Asia Berlin.
Well, you would have fit in the artistic space.
Asia Berlin? Yeah, just a... I don't want to be named after... I don't want to be named after countries and continents and... You know, it's weird. That's weird. That's a weird thing to do. All right.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and post stop. We will do another round in about a half hour.
Jessica here can confirm. Yeah, our daughter's name is Taylor, and I never have trouble finding her name on school supplies. But I tell you what, when I was a kid, all these kids would come to school with cool little keychains and pencils and accessories with their names on them. And this is before Etsy, where you can get anything customized. And I was always super jealous that I couldn't get the pretty Lisa Frank style folders with names on them. So did you find out? Am I the most famous Starla?
I have it running an advanced search right now.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll know shortly. I want to know. Let's see. Yeah, Jessica here too. Lots of Jessicas. Never had another Starla in my chat.
Nope.
Do you guys
You
know?
are in a group chat of Starlas, though.
I am.
Starla, and Starla.
It was a Facebook group. I was added to a Facebook group called Starla, and Starla. When Mark and I first got together, he told his mom my name, and her first question was, "Is she a stripper?" So if I ever needed to pursue a different career, I wouldn't even need to change my name, because I've been asked all my life if I'm a stripper, because my name is so spectacular.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find any copyright.
I don't think
here.
so either.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, and well, in the meantime, you go look for another shop so we can keep these rolling.
I'm going to.
You've been getting faster at it. All right, the cozy teapot, very cozy. Great branding colors. I can immediately tell what your brand is about. I mean, I hope I do. I hope that it's tea. Banner is a wee bit blurry. The only thing that is bothering my wee whittle artistic soul is that the teapot over here on the right, can you guys see my mouse, is a completely different style than these, like sketch style, and my OCD is going crazy. I would really love to see a consistent style across all of the illustrations here. Did you use Canva to make this? If so, look up like tea sketch, and you should be able to find more sketch art. But overall, very cute, a little blurry. You could probably download your banner at a higher resolution just to crisp it up. 2 sales in 7 months. So, oh, and you're in Ohio. Hello, neighbor. All right, so let's take a little scroll. Tea Lovers gift box set. Chai-inspired soy wax melts. Afternoon tea-inspired soy candles. Eggnog soy candles. So it's not just teas. You've got teas and candles, which all makes sense. These are all things that go together, and all of your teas are, you know, or all of your candles are tea inspired, or I think eggnog fits the overall vibe. Your product photos are okay. They're not the greatest that I've ever seen. I dare say, because you're in such a saturated market, it might be beneficial to improve the quality of your photos. When it comes to things that we see on a screen that we would traditionally need to use a sense to experience, obviously tea, you have to taste it. A candle, you have to smell it. When we just read names, so your optic nerves connect to the brain significantly faster than anything else, right? Because as babies, what's one of the first senses that you develop? The ability to see, right? You're not reading as a baby, but you can, see things. So because of that, imagery is going to send essential information to the brain faster than words. I swear I'm getting to a point. But when it comes to things like scents, for example, I don't know what afternoon tea smells like. I might not be able to very quickly figure out what eggnog smells like, or even London fog. But what you can do, let's say that you were selling a chocolate chip cookie scented candle. Well, that on its own, like, I can kind of get an idea of that. But if you were to take that candle and photograph it next to a big pile of hot, out of the oven chocolate chip cookies, immediately my brain says, I know what that smells like. And you see this with big brands all the time, where perfumes and candles and things will always be next to the thing that they're scented like. And this doesn't even mean that you need to pour a big glass of eggnog or, I actually, with the products that you have, I think it would be easy, since you're already clearly a tea drinker, to brew a little bit of tea. But I would just try to take your photos in a way that has that imagery represented directly beside the item being sold. Rose-infused heart-shaped teapot, are these sugar cubes? I thought so. You might want to make sure that sugar cube is in the snippet, so that you can quickly see what they are. That way you're not getting, you know, mistaken for them being like, I don't know, wax melts or something. But having maybe like even just some artificial roses off to the side. Rose black loose leaf tea, having a hot cup of tea or a tea kettle, maybe with like a rose laying next to it. English breakfast loose leaf tea. I definitely think for a tea shop, you could have more listings. It sounds like you're just getting started though. So obviously, you know, over time, try to adapt more. But as you add listings and, you know, you improve your photos over time, try to incorporate in those little visual pieces. Honestly, if you were to shoot your photos at a different position, you could even stick them into Canva and add in like a clip art picture of the thing in the background. You know what I mean? I actually have some fantastic videos here on my channel from a couple years ago where I create mock-ups in Canva and I teach you how to make expert mock-ups in Canva. Everybody assumes like mock-ups is POD. You can absolutely mock up a scene for a physical product that is, you know, handmade, or obviously tea is more like hand curated. The photo that is, to me, the one that needs the most improvement is the gift set, simply because it is overwhelming and I cannot really see individual items. I think this is a candle or a glass or something. But the harsh lighting is really washing it out. I honestly can't decipher even what's in here. And at a $35 price point, if I am looking at multiple shops, I'm trying to find the perfect tea lovers gift set, I'm probably going to opt for the option that is the easiest to understand quickly. Because I'm sure that you have a lot of competitors. So just cleaning up your images really, I think, is going to be the turning point for you. Now, even if you're not planning on joining Handmade Alpha Academy, you can still go to Christina Nicole's YouTube channel. Everyone here, even if you do POD, should be subscribed to her. It's BY by Christina with a K, Nicole. Can somebody type it in the chat who knows how to spell it? By Christina Nicole. Go subscribe to her channel because she has just fantastic content. Her YouTube videos, she doesn't upload as frequently as me, but do a deep dive through her channel because she has fantastic tutorials and she teaches you how to take these great photos using whatever camera you already have, primarily smartphones. Ooh, love photos like this. Absolutely love photos like this. And a great booth with the purple, the consistent color palette. Looks super cute. Very cute. Got some jams. This is my... Have you guys ever looked up the story behind these jams? What's the name of the jam? This jam?
Boss Maman. Or
Yeah.
Bon Maman.
Yeah, yeah. Fantastic brand story if you guys haven't ever
and a great product at that.
Yes, so definitely do a little research on the brand story behind these. It's very touching. And you got some FAQs in here again, just like I've been saying. Grab some little copy and paste emojis. You can do that just by Googling tea emoji. Heart emoji, since I think purple is your branding color. There's little purple heart shaped emojis. Stick them in here. It divides things out. It shows people like, hey, look at this, because there's a little point of color on this very otherwise drab black and white page. If they see little purple hearts, they're going to say, hey, what is this? And they're going to look at it. What have you sold? Let's see. You sold a gift set and you sold sugar cubes. All right, so I will pop open the gift set, but you know, I'm also...
The gift set's up here. That was just tea.
Tea Lovers gift box.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was looking at the wrong one. My bad.
What are the differences between these? I'm gonna open them up.
Different products.
You know, I'm gonna do a little peek through a couple of them. Okay. Tea Lovers gift box. Tea set with mug, infuser, candy, and accessories. Cozy tea gift. You don't need to, this, other than cozy, you already have tea and you already have gift, so that repetition is unnecessary because you're already going to broad match. So you could actually take the word cozy and move it to the top and it could be Cozy Tea Lovers gift box, and then this would still all be enough characters to show in your snippet. Unique birthday or Christmas gift self-care package. Okay, not awful. Showing what comes in it. This is actually a beautiful photo. Whatever you're doing here for photos, I would love to see this style for all of your photos.
I like that little holder too. It's cute.
Yeah, and what makes this photo stand out in particular is you have a highlighted point of interest. So something that is in focus where the items in the foreground are kind of blurred. This is something that Christina Nicole actually teaches. So if you were to do this with some of your other items, I feel like you would immediately just be one-upping your overall brand game by doing that, because this is a fantastic photo. The composition is perfect. The color is great. There's a great consistency with your branding color. Yeah, I mean, take a step back though. Like, you're taking all these close-ups of, you know, what's in the box, but just take a step back. I want to see the whole box. Teacup tea. What kind of tea? Oh, you get to pick. Sugar cubes, tea rust. Okay.
Super cute.
Is this the same one?
No, they're different. They're different.
What's different about it? Tea lovers.
You don't see the difference there?
Yeah, I guess so. Tea set with mug,
completely different.
infuser, candy and accessories, cozy. It feels like you're using, yeah, you are. You're using the exact same keywords. You can change this up a little bit. Don't just use the exact same title for multiple listings. Every keyword that you add into the mix allows you to broad match for more potential phrases. So really, you're just taking an opportunity away from yourself by using the exact same title. Totally fine to use some of the same keywords, because obviously this is a tea gift set. This is a tea gift set. They both make sense. But don't just recycle a title, because you don't want to just show up in the exact same searches. You want to make sure that you're hitting different audiences. So you've got unique birthday or Christmas gift. Maybe you change it to, I don't know, sympathy gift, or I'm just trying to think of some other occasions when someone might want a recovery gift, get well soon package. And then you can still have the tea lovers gift box. I would change it to cozy tea lovers gift box. That way, because you've already got tea and gift, don't need to repeat it. Then you can add in some different phrases. Got a video. Cute. A lot of the same photos. Rose black tea, loose leaf floral tea blend. So you could probably put this together. Loose leaf floral rose black tea blend, romantic premium gift, caffeinated. You guys get my point. You don't need to repeat tea this many times. Tea, 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 tea. Etsy's going to broad match these. They're going to take all of these words and they're going to read them in every possible combination. So it's not necessary to say tea this many times. I want to see it brewed. Brew some.
Brew some tea.
Don't just show me the loose leaf. Brew it.
Looks fire though.
Show it to me. Show it. Well, and we're tea drinkers, so we can kind of picture what it tastes like, but, you know, maybe somebody's just getting into the tea world. That's a cute logo. Yeah, brew some of this. Brew some tea. Get some photos in here of the tea already brewed. Honestly, 2 sales, 7 months, you kind of just feel like a new shop. You feel like you're off to a great start. You've got the startings of some things. Clearly, you've got branding photos. It seems like you spend a little bit more time doing online or doing in-person markets, because your booth and the photos from your booth are fantastic. And maybe you're just now dabbling in the world of Etsy. These are all very common things, you know, for sellers starting out. But overall, you're off to a fantastic start. There's just a couple little things that could potentially tighten your brand. biggest piece of advice is to expand the keywords that you're utilizing. Really enhance those photos, because it doesn't matter how good your SEO is. It doesn't matter how good your SEO is if the photos aren't comparable to your competitors on a search page. Doesn't matter if you're showing up above those competitors, people will still click on the competitors over you. So photos would be the big thing, and making sure that you're showing people, you know, giving them that sense of imagination so that they can, in their brain, taste or smell and this goes for anybody creating a product that appeals to a sense. Okay. Are you good?
You're good.
Are you going to share it?
Yes. Up in the chat.
Okay. All right. Nora's Crochet Corner. Crochet supplies, patterns, and more. Okay. Banner is a wee bit blurry, but not awful, though these teddy bears are, can't really hardly see them. Only a year on Etsy with 225 sales. That is actually very good. So that's awesome. Looks like you are a supply shop. Lots of cute little eyes. Hand painted. Cool. Great product photos. Great composition. Good natural lighting. When it comes to patterns, I can barely see what this is. You're putting way too much time into all of this and not enough time into the end result. And because the photo is dark, the tree is dark, it's really hard to see what these are. We don't need all of this. If you put crochet pattern in here and maybe just small towards the bottom, I would really just focus in, especially moving forward if you create more patterns. There are plenty of pattern creators who have the product, you know, the product photo front and center, but then they specify in just a little bit of text or write in their title that it is a pattern. Looks like you've got a lot of great reviews. Looks like mostly your eyes are selling, so... Ooh, you need some photos in here. Remember, your About section, it is a ranking factor. Your About section is one of the things that Etsy looks at to consider whether or not your shop is complete. Now, I do not know how Etsy weighs photos, headlines, and the body text of your description, but I would make sure that I'm filling out all of that. You could show your hands making things. You could show some completed pieces. How you paint the eyes, your workspace. Remember, you want to use this section to form a connection with the person who's buying from you. And clearly you don't mind having your face on your shop because it's right here. So, you know, give me a little taste of your lifestyle so that I know who I'm supporting, and give me the warm, fuzzy feeling so I know that when I'm spending money with you, I'm not just, you know, I'm not supporting a big company. I'm supporting a small creator. Crochet plushies, hand-painted safety eyes. Okay. Got your About. No FAQs. Definitely get some of those in there. I am sure that there are some questions that people might have about your product. So sit and think about all the worst case scenarios. What might somebody need to know before they purchase your items? And then from there, you can, you know, grab the little emojis, divide it out. I'm sure that there are some probably shipping questions that people might have. Where are you shipping from? Denmark? Sure. All right, let's take a peek.
You making these? That's crazy.
Yeah, she's painting them.
For $5 for a handmade piece? That seems a little low.
I'm assuming they pick a set. They don't get all of them.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
I'm going to do a couple listings, a couple different things. Safety eye tool for amigurumi, 3D printed washer jig, eye gizmo. Okay. I'm definitely not my niche, but I see a good variety of keywords here. Love that. You've got your directions in there. Cool. I had no, you know, I've always wanted to know like how you make sure that you secure the eyes into these. So I learned something today.
That's pretty legit.
Cute.
That's cool.
Lots of photos.
Easier than trying to do it by hand, I'm sure. Good Lord. Takes that much pressure?
Hand painted safety eyes for amigurumi. Light Aurora collection. All the different sizes. 3D sinker eyes for crochet plushies. Sure. Sure. I don't really see any issues here. Got all the different sizes, and I assume that they just pick one. Yep. Color, size, quantity. Okay. I mean, you have great sales for these, so.
I'm going to go ahead and post go in the chat so people can resubmit their shops.
Soft crochet scrunchie, handmade hairband, rainbow collection. Okay. Not a lot of keywords, but not bad. I really don't have any critiques when it comes to your photos. I wouldn't mind seeing how they come packaged. If you could, next order that you pack up, just take a picture of the box. Stick it as one of your photos. Yeah, overall, I would, polish up your branding a little bit just so it is clearer. You have great branding colors. I'm seeing it consistently on your backing cards that you're utilizing. Love to see your FAQs and about section, those little elements that build trust with your buyers, just filling those out. But overall, 225 sales in a year. That's pretty good.
It's not too shabby.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, girl.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's like, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Anybody even gonna get that reference?
Probably not. Probably not.
Any
but
Whitest Kids You Know fans here?
poor Trevor Moore.
It's pretty good.
Ooh, you gave me a hard one.
Mm-hmm. Usually do. All right.
Shh, wait, scroll back up.
Huh.
Scroll back up. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
All right. Beautiful branding, crisp, clear, fantastic photos, consistent brand elements. You've got the little pine sprig, and it's translated here. The products definitely have a natural feel, so your branding matches immediately with what you create. You guys know I'm not usually a huge fan of seeing product photos on the banner unless done so in a very clean and styled way. This
With
is
a little bit of lavender's okay.
This is a fantastic example of somebody who has balanced everything well and picked two amazing photos to represent their brand. Great high price points. And that means that even though you only have 73 sales, you are significantly more profitable than any brand that is, selling a lot for pennies. So I know you guys are sick of hearing me say it, but I'm going to say it again.
Keep saying it, Mama.
It's easier to make one $100 sale than it is to make 100 $1 sales. So price for what your products are worth. These photos are immaculate. These look like premium. These look like they could be in a jewelry magazine. I knew the moment that he pulled the shop up and I saw the banner. I'm like, this one's going to give me a hard time.
Right, like, I'm not going to be able to critique this. I'm doing them in order. I'm doing it fair.
Beautiful. I like when we have a beautiful shop because I can just talk about all the things that they're doing right, which is just as educational, right? You guys are learning just as much by seeing Starla be genuinely wowed. Whoa. Awesome. Love seeing the creator. Remember, there are so many shops.
You're fine.
There are so many shops out there who sell jewelry and claim that it's handmade, and it's not. It is bought in bulk.
Yeah, it's probably the most abused outside of POD.
When Mark was trying to upgrade my engagement ring, because we got engaged when we were teenagers, and my ring was like $200 at Sears. Last year, he wanted to update my engagement ring so that I could put my treasured $200 ring away and not risk losing it. Every single shop that we looked at, we were able to trace back to a wholesaler, even though they said that they were handmade. The fact that your products are genuinely handmade makes them so much more valuable. I would, if I'm going to look into your listings here in just a minute, but if you have not already, make sure that you're putting some of these pictures into your listing photos as well, even if it's not you making the specific jewelry piece, just to show that you are genuinely hand making every single piece, especially something like this, where you can see hands and you can see a piece being made, because it took Mark, I mean, you were looking for weeks just to find someone to make me a custom handmade ring.
It's almost all Chinese dropship garbage.
I knew I wanted something from an Etsy seller because it's such a big part of my life. Again, you know, little emojis. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse, but there is a little like sprig. There's also a pine tree emoji. Breaks things up, adds a point of color, breaks up the monotony, tells people, hey, look at this. I really don't think that I'm
Your
gonna...
jewelry's gorgeous.
Yeah, I really don't think I'm gonna...
I like the cuffs. I might get one of those.
I'm gonna do ring, and I'm trying to like do a little variety. Okay, I'll do this one. Okay, that's so cool. I wish I had pierced ears.
Go get them.
I don't. I wear over ear headphones. I can't.
Sure you can.
All right. Perfect, nice, concise, short title. If you wanted to get some more keywords in there, I dare say that minimalist is a term that is very popular right now. But for a high-end price, you know, normally I say, oh, make sure that you're getting like lots of good keywords in there. When it comes to high-end positioning, you almost have to balance between having a descriptive title, but also not making your title look like something from Temu. And one of the things that you'll see with a lot of the drop shippers who say that their jewelry is handmade when it's really not, is they have those big, long, ugly titles. If you go to Tiffany & Co.'s website, you're not going to see big, long titles. You're going to see names for each piece because they're treated as artistic pieces. They don't need to have an insanely long keyword optimized title.
Or an artist here collection.
Exactly. I think that this is a pretty good title. I'm saying, though, from all of my experience, you know, doing keyword research over the last few years, minimalist jewelry is very popular right now. So it might be something to consider if you haven't already, because this is a very small, dainty piece. Dainty jewelry as well is also a popular keyword. And maybe you have these terms in your tags already. Lots of great photos. Gives me an idea of the size. Again, I would love to see this I love to see. But I would love to see a photo of you making the pieces. I believe that your kiln, is that your kiln? I can't tell. I would love to see a photo of you actually, your hands making a piece, even if it's not this specific piece. Just because there's so many people who say, you know, handmade, and it's not really handmade. Silver tree bark wedding ring, nature-inspired black band, handmade sterling silver, woodland rings.
I love it.
There's a little bit of repetition with the word ring, but not bad at all. Very clean. Fantastic photos. I mean, really, I don't think that I'm going to be able to give you much in...
You know what you're doing.
Yeah. These are beautiful. Love that you show this. Ah, ring sizing chart.
There you go.
Honestly, let me look at this last one.
That's neat too.
Sterling silver gemstone jewelry, rustic handmade pendant, unique nature inspired gift for her. So this one, is this an older listing where you're using a more keyword stuff title? It's fine. Definitely good to experiment, especially with recipient related terms. Etsy told us to remove those from our listings, but they're not penalizing you for not. Not to mention the algorithm still prioritizes them, so it's odd that Etsy, you know, is pushing us to update our titles. Yeah, really, I really don't have very much to say. Your shop is beautiful. Your products are beautiful. Just getting a photo, as somebody who spent like way too much time looking at crappy liar jewelry shops who don't actually make their stuff and say that they do. If somebody came across your listing in search and didn't visit your shop and didn't see your about section, you don't even want them to consider the idea that these aren't handmade because you put so much time into these. just get that one photo in there, but the same one from your about section of your hands making the products. And I think that could potentially make all the difference. But your pieces are beautiful. Your branding is beautiful. Your photos are beautiful. I have nothing to say. If you're struggling with sales, I would consider creating some short form video content, reels, TikToks, things like that, and posting them, trying to get a good flow, get yourself a good consistent schedule on social media, just showing off your process a little bit. Well, good thing for products like that is a lot of people are afraid to show the creation process because they don't want a bunch of people to like steal their process. When it comes to products that take an immense amount of skill, nobody is going to try to remake your products. And if they do, they're not your target customers anyway. So, all right. Are we good?
Yeah, got another one you're going to have a hard time with.
Okay.
Yep, here we go. Could some people with shops that suck please submit your shops?
Yeah, we need some shops that
I am the big suck. And then
I am the big suck. Cozy Pocket Designs. Super cute. Crayon roll-ups, craft portfolios, playmats, toy carriers, handcrafted with love for big imaginations. I mean, sure, super cute. Really don't have anything to say. Solid 5-star rating, 400 reviews. 12 years on Etsy. Have you been selling for those full 12 years? Let me know.
Oh, shush, Nancy.
These are so cool. Toy car carriers. Wow, these are great. These are so fun. I hope that you're targeting some well, I'll look at your keywords here in a minute. Let me not get ahead of myself. These are adorable. This would be great for like if you know that you got to go to the doctor and you got to take your kid with you and you need something to entertain them while you're sitting in the doctor's office. Just roll up the toy mat, roll up the crayons and coloring book. Adorable. All right, let's take a peek. Oh, I love this. Love seeing workspaces, hands creating. Aw. This is perfect. This is a great about section. Aw. This is so cute. All right. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Get those emojis in there. There's a crayon emoji. Cute little crayon. Could do a little crayon or a little car. Or alternate them. Break up your FAQs a little. Okay. I'm just going to grab... I'll grab one of the coloring book ones. And I'll do one of the big car mats. Okay. Crayon coloring book carrier. Travel activity case. There's nothing in here about kids or children. Marker fold-up tote bag, art craft kit, pink unicorn, girl birthday gift. You need to get some keywords in here about kids, children, the age group, potentially, pre-K. I would even, in your tags, I dare say that you could get some terms, well, maybe. I was going to say some Montessori related terms. I do believe that Montessori items were trending there for a while, but maybe not, because Montessori, when I think of Montessori toys, I think more of like wooden blocks and, things. But I don't know. It's coloring supplies are creative tools. Adorable. I again, like I said, with keywords. And I also dare say, maybe not in your titles, but potentially in your tags, I could also see these being very popular for special needs kids. For example, kids who might become overstimulated in loud, chaotic, like in that waiting room, who need something to kind of like zone out on and focus on coloring, I dare say that this might be a fantastic resource for special need children or adults, to be perfectly honest. You don't need to say for adults, but I wouldn't disqualify it, because I could definitely see, you know, a special needs adult being able to carry something like this with them so that they have something to do. These are adorable, though. Fantastic. Oh, are these personalized? Oh, you need to get personalized in here. Personalized is one of the hottest keywords on Etsy. Yeah. Super cute. Town and Road, car, playmat, boy quilt. Don't know why there's a slash there. Fold up, travel, quiet time, activity, fabric toy carrier for small toy cars. Again, kids. And I wouldn't just target boys, honestly. I was a car girl. Like when I was growing up, I would have loved this. And I dare say that more and more girls are becoming interested in things like this. When I was teaching, we had just as many girls getting excited over things like this as the boys. So obviously target boy-related keywords, because that's going to be a majority of the parents searching for things like this. But I dare say that you could probably make a version maybe even with a little pink compartment. You know what I mean? Like there's different things that you could do to hit multiple audiences here. But this is adorable. This is so fun. Yeah, I really think that you just need some children and kid-related keywords for parents who don't quite know that they want. Like if I didn't know that I wanted a play mat, if I didn't know I wanted a fold-up travel quiet time activity, if I didn't know I was looking for a toy car carrier, I might just search, you know, gifts for kids, gifts for children, children, elementary school children, pre-K. These are terms that I might use if I didn't already have an idea of what I wanted, and then I discover one of your products, and then I get really excited because I never thought to look for something like this. You know what I mean? So
I do have a girl's version.
Do you have a girl's version for the cars? Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think these
are super cool.
They are. This is a really great idea. Super cute. I love this. Yeah, I again, like Mark said, he nailed it. I don't have a whole lot of critiques there other than maybe expanding out your keywords a little bit. And definitely I would be showing these off on social media. Are we
do
gonna
our HA spiel and then we'll do one more?
All right. Yeah, we gotta do the spiel before we reveal the last shop, because you guys leave.
Because a lot of stinky butts like her. That's not my shop. Bye.
You leave.
Goodbye.
Do not leave.
I'm a stinky poo-poo head.
So there's one shop left, and you must sit through my spiel.
Yes, you must.
You must. All right, guys. But the spiel, I'll keep it short this time, guys. St. Jude Children's Hospital, that is our charity for winter. We have raised over $7,000 thanks to you. St. Jude, they are an amazing cancer research center. They help to lessen the expenses of children's treatments. And during the holidays, they do so much for the kids. The hospital is a beautiful facility. They have Santa comes, they decorate, they do gifts for the kids. It's just such a great cause. So please consider donating if you enjoy what we're doing here, if you enjoy that we're streaming every single day. If you're enjoying that Starla has to put on makeup every day and her face gets crusty, say thank you by donating $5 to the kids. Also, guys, the main reason that we do Critique Week is Handmade Alpha Academy. It only opens twice a year and only for 10 days total. And it is open right now, but only for one more week. This is my 9-module self-paced coaching program. It is like having a little Starla that hangs out on your desk and tells you A to Z, step by step, exactly what to do, while also reinforcing all of the psychology that goes into building your brand, defining your branding, marketing your business, developing your ideal target customer. And I am the only Etsy coach in the world that also has that extensive background in Etsy SEO because as you guys know already, I'm a manager over at erank.com. Anytime that there is anything that changes with the algorithm, it's always people like me, Pam Duthie, our CEO, Anthony Wolf. We're all sitting down, crunching the data and making sure that the information that we're presenting to you is the best that it can possibly be, and it is up to date with Etsy's policies and best practices. So that's open now. It is completely self-guided. If you can't start right now, that's totally fine. You can pick it up and start whenever you're ready. All you got to do is log in, get started, and immediately jump into your lessons. From the moment that you enroll, the entire program is accessible to you. However, we do have a 30-day, zero questions asked, money back guarantee. So if you get inside the program and you decide, I really can't stand Starla's teaching style, that's okay. No hard feelings. In fact, you can do that and still hang out for our free content. We're more than happy to do that. But if you get inside and it's not for you, all you got to do is request a refund within 30 days. So there is no risk to coming in and checking it out. Not to mention, you also get a whole year of eRank Pro. Even if you already have an eRank Pro subscription, if you're on a monthly plan, I just take over for the next 12 months. Or if you're on a year-long plan over at eRank, when that year ends, just send me a message. If you get billed again, I'll make sure that you get refunded and I'll take over for the next 12 months. You also get annual access to our Alpha Holiday Bootcamp. That helps you to gear up for Q4 of each year. Every year we do a different bootcamp with a different theme. It's a lot of fun, and HAA students get that for free every single year. Every year, and they get replays. Plus, all of the stuff that I've been talking about when it comes to product photography, Coach Christina Nicole is the best product photography coach in the world, hands down. I absolutely love her. There is no one that I recommend more than her. And with my program, she includes her almost $300 product photography essentials workshop for all of my students, free with your enrollment. And she's in my student campus Facebook group answering questions. If you need your photos looked at, if you need some tips, she is always in there helping students out. So this on its own is a tremendous value. Not to mention, through your journey, you can email me literally anytime to get help. I am there to help you as you work through. All you got to do is send me an email. And lastly, we have the Student Campus Facebook group, which is an amazing community of over 2,000 past students. Many of them run their businesses full time now. They are a fantastic group of individuals who are all on the same journey as you. All of them have already been through the program. They're there to help, to offer support, to give feedback. If you need to run a poll, if you are stuck between two different options of branding or a logo, what do you guys like best? You are more than welcome to post in there. And our little army of alphas is there to help out. And there's a ton of them here in the chat already. So guys, if you're interested in the Handmade Alpha Academy and you have questions about it, feel free to post those in the chat right now, because right when we're done here, we're going to be answering those questions. Mark's going to go ahead and put the link in the chat to the enrollment page. Feel free to take a scroll through that, take a peek around. Your membership to HAA is lifetime. So once you're in for life. And that also means that anytime I add to the program, anytime I update anything in the program, if Etsy changes, if the algorithm changes, if the policies change, if anything changes, you guys get those updates for free forever and ever.
Winter
Right.
is the best time to optimize your shop during the slow season. So now's the best time to get it. And husbands, great Christmas present. Just saying.
It is. All right, guys, if you have questions about it, get them in the chat. And yeah, we'll go ahead and show off our last shop.
Let's do it.
Lynn's Wrens. There's 205 of you. You're not making every bird in the world. You're not just making birds. You are making handcrafted backyard birds. A fantastic niche. Absolutely awesome cover photo. Again, normally I'm not a big fan of like collage photos. Unless they are perfectly executed and balanced. And this is a pretty darn good banner. It's crisp, it's clear, and it looks really nice. All right. Oh, these are so cute. And what's great is you're in Georgia. However, most of these birds we have here in Ohio as well. These are fantastic. Very specific, different types of birds. These are so cute. How many sales do you have? 780 sales in 5 years. That's not too bad for such a defined niche. Great product photos. Excellent presentation. Good variety. Wow. He did it again. He gave me a difficult shot.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that is so pretty. I love that. Are most of your birds sold during holiday time as ornaments, or do you make year-long sales? I'm just curious if you're more of a holiday shop. I dare say, if you ever wanted to expand it into a higher price product, take all these little birds that you're making and make some mobiles and things, like things to hang from the ceiling with lots of the little birds, you know, that hang. I feel like you could charge a bundle for something with all the birds that hangs. Wow. I love this display. These are fantastic. Awesome. There they are. What is that emoji? Oh, it's a little owl. So cute. All right, let's take a peek. I hope you've got some bird watcher keywords in here. This is the type of stuff that Mark's grandma would love. All right, I'm going to do some birds that we have here in Ohio. We're currently feeding all of our woodpeckers. We have 3 different types of woodpeckers. We also have the titmouse, which is one of my favorite birds.
Me too.
Simply because I love yelling, "Oh, look, a titmouse!" They got their little mohawks. All right, cardinal, redbird, recycled wool ornament, handmade. Not the best keyword optimization here. Don't change any listings that are already selling. If it's selling well, Etsy's already figured out what you want to be known for. However, you could get this into a short sentence. Recycled wool, cardinal ornament, handmade redbird. That sounds like a sentence, right? Recycled wool, cardinal ornament, comma, handmade redbird. That and I would definitely try to, if you haven't already in your tags, get cabin decor. Let's see, cabin decor. I'm thinking North American birds. Cardinals in particular, I feel like you could really target Ohio. It's our state bird. So I think that there are a lot of people that might look specifically for, you know, products for state birds. Maybe look up all the different state birds. Really great photos, though. Oh, I love that you have male and female. I always laugh. There are all these videos on TikTok about it's gay cardinal season, because if you go to any store and you see 2 little cardinals, like little love cardinals, it is always 2 red cardinals together. Red cardinals are boys. So I love that you have an actual female cardinal there as well. Just shows that you actually know your birds. Love it. Red-bellied woodpecker, handmade bird, recycled wool. Again, you don't even have ornament in here. There's so many keyword opportunities I feel that you could expand out into. Like I said, don't change the keywords of anything that's already selling. Looks like this one's actually doing pretty good. And I dare say that it's likely because there are not very many red-bellied woodpecker ornaments out there. It's a very specific type of product, whereas a cardinal is likely a little bit more saturated simply because it's a more like known bird. But especially in your tags, if you haven't already, start targeting those bird watchers, start targeting cabins, start targeting North American birds, state birds. I don't know. Like,
you never see female cardinals being sold, which is crazy because they're just as pretty.
They are. We have a mated pair that hangs out around our house.
We've had them for a couple of years.
Yeah, I
They're
think
beautiful.
I do believe cardinals mate for life.
They do.
Aw, we have these little jerks. I tell you what, when I put out my suet cakes, I can watch them take a gulp of my suet, and I can watch that gulp go down their throat. Like, they will eat the entire thing when I put it out there. And blue jays, the jerks of the bird world.
Oh my God, these little jerks.
They're so mean. Blue jay, recycled sweater ornament, handmade bird. Again, trying to get some more keywords in here and structure this like a sentence.
But it's fine, because birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real. Super cute. Great photos. Great comparative sizes. As seen in Better Homes and Gardens, holiday crafts. Ooh, okay. Here's something that you can do. If you were featured in Better Homes and Gardens, you get that logo and you put it right here. As seen in Better Homes and Gardens. Put that on that's called authority bling, and it is powerful. If you guys notice on my YouTube channel, I've got Starla Moore as seen in, in all these places. Put that right on your banner, as seen in Better Homes and Gardens. That is a huge authority piece. I mean, really fantastic product photos. I would love to see you improve your SEO on just the listings that aren't selling. Again, the really specific birds, you're likely not competing with a bunch of people. Probably not a lot of competitors making some of these. But overall, fantastic presentation. Get that Better Homes and Gardens authority bling on there. You can just Google their logo and stick it on your banner, as seen in.
Well, you guys have been absolutely lovely. We did have a couple of people commenting, not necessarily questions, but
sure,
I did respond to them in the chat, but I like publicly acknowledging things.
Let's do it.
If I wanted to start an Etsy shop, but I don't have one yet, is HAA for me. Absolutely, you are the 100% best case scenario.
Yeah, because most sellers who already have like really established shops, they have to go through and backtrack. And backtracking is significantly more time consuming than hitting the ground running and starting with that foundation and knowledge already in place. So when you join HAA, you're either joining from a position of understanding the brand that you've already built and reevaluating, or you're starting fresh and you're following an exact roadmap to get you where you need to be without the trial and error. So honestly, the sellers who start HAA having not had a shop yet are the ones that I feel are able to actually execute faster, because they're not having to uproot things that they potentially did wrong their first round. What else we got?
We had Art6067, Art B6067 said it would be nice to hear from the people who have successful shops after following HAA.
They're here.
So we have a few here. We actually did student interviews a few years ago. We would do more of these. The logistics of getting them all through, and also having people who have a measure of success about themselves, because success isn't really a metric, it's a mindset. It's difficult to correlate all that stuff, especially when people are all over the world adjusting our schedules to other people's schedules, but we have a ton of them on there.
Not to mention, right when you go to the page for Handmade Alpha Academy, there's a video that plays, but we also play it at the end of this. So you're going to hear success stories, and all of those people, they're all in our public Facebook group. Like you'll right when we end this stream, a video will play that you can listen to of probably 15 or so students, but we've got 2,000 of them, and most of them are in our public group as well. So if you want to hear from them, I will take a step back. I will not get into the chats. Like, I will make sure that, I am not influencing anything by...
Yeah, we try not to.
But if you want to post in our public group, it's linked down below in the video description, the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, or just go to Facebook and search for Handmade Alpha Facebook community. Feel free to post like, hey, I want to talk to an HAA student. Like, here's what I want to know. I will not jump in. I will let you guys do you. Students, you guys don't hold back. I will never tell you what to say about the program. You guys give your honest opinions. Have fun. Like, I want to make sure that just because it's Starla's group, that people don't feel like they need to, speak a certain way. Like, feel free to have your own private discussions in there.
And Georgina had said, respectfully, while I love seeing these critiques, since there are so many of us, maybe once just do shops with under 2,500 sales, maybe. Thank you. So if you were paying attention, this shop had 781. The one before that had 1.4K. The 1.4, the before that had 73. The one before that had 225, and the one before that had 2. So
Yeah.
literally every single shop we did today had under 2,500 sales. And
Yeah.
the majority, I think yesterday we had a couple that were over that, but the majority of them have under 2,500 sales. So
Yeah.
I do these for the most part in order, completely random. I literally post them into a platform that takes them, removes the duplicates, removes all the sentences and stuff, spits out 10, and then tells me who submitted their shops multiple times. And then I do them in order through that. I check them over here to make sure they don't have
Copyright
slop stuff in their shops, and then I do them literally in order. So they're as fair as they can possibly be. I'm not going to pick and choose, but
Yeah.
literally every single one of them. Meant a smaller amount in general for those of us with fewer sales and would need more help. Didn't mean 2,500. Yikes. I mean, they're all smaller sales.
Yeah, 2 sales. Cozy
We
Teapot had 2 sales. Most of the
three of them had under 1,000 sales, and that's, I would still consider
Yeah.
a relatively low number. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I know you're not trying to be mean, but I do this to be fair. I'm not gonna
Right.
people with 10,000 sales might still have issues and might still need their shops critique. Maybe they have those 10,000 sales and they stopped getting sales 5 years ago.
Exactly.
You never know the circumstances,
Exactly.
and you can learn anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
And Jessica said,
we're not trying to specifically
No.
like call you out, but I tried to do these as fair as possible because no matter what, somebody is going to complain.
right, exactly. Just keep in mind, like we're here, we're the ones here doing it, and we do it for charity. Like there's still so much you can learn, even if we were critiquing shops that are big. I did see. Do you teach about social media marketing? So a little bit. We talk about funnel building and building an audience. There is a lesson about picking your social media platforms that you want to market on. But really it's not so much about building, because that would be a course on its own, right? It's not a social media course. It is a Etsy program with marketing added in. I do teach you a marketing timeline to follow that tells you what to market, when to market, how often to market, like, so you know what you're marketing at each point throughout your journey. But if you need like specifically an Instagram course or,
Yes.
a Pinterest course, that's not what HAA is, because that would probably be its own course by somebody who knows more about it than I do. But I do give you some tips that are universal across any platform. Yes. And we do break down most of the most popular platforms, minus Threads and Blue Sky, because they're new.
And I mean, we are very confident in our course material. A lot of creators aren't confident in their course material, and you can tell that by their refund policies. We have a 30-day, no questions asked. You don't got to submit homework. You don't have to meet with us in a meeting. You just send me an email and I send you a refund.
Yeah.
We're confident that our material works because we know that it works. We cannot guarantee that our course material will make you successful.
Nobody can.
Anyone who guarantees success based on anything is a liar.
Oh, yeah.
What will make you successful is your hard work and determination. We provide you the steps, or really she, if you don't like listening to my voice, she's the only person that talks within the course. I'm just the guy that makes it work. We know that the material works because we've seen people go from nothing to 6 figures. We've seen 6 figures go to 7 figures and beyond.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen small Etsy shops turn into, I know I quote it all the time, but we see them go into doing things like having storefronts, selling contracts to the Department of Defense, full-on government jobs, running full 7-8 figure corporate businesses. We know that the material works. We provide it to you in the most neurodivergent friendly way possible. We can't cater to everybody. It's unfortunate. It's expensive. It's in English. I wish we could do more with that. You can play back at whatever speed you want. Anyway, the material works.
Absolutely.
And we're not going to make you any guarantees because that would be
slimy, gross, and nasty.
Slimy, gross, nasty. We're not charging you $8,000. We're not pulling you into meetings to determine how much money we think you can pay for it. We have a flat price, 30-day money back guarantee, no matter what. It works. If you're interested in taking the course, I'm going to post a link down here. If you have questions you don't want to ask on stream because you're embarrassed or curious or scared or whatever, you don't like putting
Or
your
you're
name out
watching
there,
the replay.
or you're watching the replay, I'm also, it's Starla at handmadealphaacademy.com. I'm going to post that link in the chat.
And not to mention, when it comes to levels of success, there are sellers who are highly adaptable, and then there are sellers that are not.
Right.
And that is for you and you alone to determine. So, for example, we have a wonderful alpha in HAA, Juliana. She is one of the most persistent sellers I've ever seen in my life. She is determined that she will never fail. And I love her so much. And she emails me, you know, at least a couple times a month to share a milestone or ask me to look over something. Juliana started out doing all POD, but she was in a very saturated niche. It was like self-care POD shirts. And there are just so many other people who are doing it that she was not seeing success with it, even though she did everything right. Great branding, fantastic photos. She wasn't using mock-ups. She was buying samples, photographing them herself, working with photography coach Christina Nicole. She was doing everything right, but there was no room in the market for what she was creating. And she hit a point where she realized, I've done everything correct. Even Starla says everything's correct. Christina Nicole says my product photos are correct. I'm still not making sales. And a lot of people at that point might say, I give up, or this is Starla's fault. I hate HA, which we've never had happen, but you know what I mean. There's that type of seller who will hit a brick wall because they realize I've done everything and it's still not working, so I'm going to throw in the towel. What she did, though, was she realized that her passion wasn't in POD. Same thing happened to Nicole from Mabel the Woodle. She might be here. She was here yesterday. Juliana started learning some new crafts. She started crocheting some things. She started making some stress toys and different, all different products, but they all kind of fit that cozy self-care niche. And now she's doing very well. And it was all about her persistence, adaptability, learning, trial, error, and being willing to change when you've done everything right and you realize that this is still not working. She wasn't so married to her original idea that she wasn't willing to change it up and try something new. And because of that, her shop is doing very, very well, and it's growing at an exponential rate. And it was all because of a pivot that changed everything.
Yep.
There are all different types of people. I had an email this morning from somebody who said, how can you guarantee that this is going to help your shop? I can't.
Nope.
I can't. No one can. No program can.
And anyone who does is someone you shouldn't be buying a course from.
That's true. But what I will say is that I push you to become highly adaptable. I talk about the importance of being adaptable. I talk about the psychology behind brand building, identifying ideal target customers to make sure that who you think you're selling to is an actual real person that exists who wants the thing that you're making. You know, you could be making something cool and original and totally innovative and nobody's ever thought of it before. But just because you have a really cool original idea, it doesn't necessarily mean that there is demand for it. So we talk about the concept of the nudist Buddhist, which was Alan Nation. He's the one who came up with the nudist Buddhist, which basically means that not that nudists are weird or Buddhists are weird, but he said that you can be a nudist and that's okay because that's just one weird thing about you. And you can be a Buddhist and that's okay because that's just one weird thing about you. But you can't be a nudist Buddhist because that's just way too weird. Well, that applies to products too. You can make hats for cats, and that's okay, because that's just one weird thing. There might be a demand for it. But you can't make bacon-scented hats for cats, because that's just a little too weird, right? So, anyway.
We had one more question.
Sure.
Are there any modules on reaching out to media?
There is so in HAA, in Module 8, I talk about influencer marketing, influencer outreach and, reaching out to different influencers on social media. But in the bootcamp replays, all in the 2024 bootcamp, which you guys have access to the past 3 years of bootcamps, in the 2024 and 2023 bootcamps, there are lessons about how to do press releases to reach out to news and media, how to write up a press release, how to get all of your news and media coverage, get your logos and things you're like as featured in. And we also have an option. Michelle, who is my virtual assistant, who I talk about, she's the one who's going through radiation right now. She's did her 11th treatment today, so she should be done by the 15th, which is awesome. But Michelle actually is a professional copywriter. She's the one who helped me get my book published. She offers press release writing services as well. So if you're like worried that you're not going to be able to do it yourself, she'll write it for you. And I think she charges like $35. So it's really affordable. So anyway, but yes, it is in HAA. It's just not part of the modules. It's in the boot camp that from past years that's now located in HAA.
Like Jessica said, your program makes us put in the work, just like what you also share for free. You have to be willing to do the grind. So many people want the easy way out, and that's not going to make anyone successful long term. Too many people think Etsy is easy and then blame it for their lack of sales. Exactly that. Look, we got to pop off for the day. If you guys are willing to try to take that next step, inevitably the economy is going to recover from where it's at right now. And being prepared for that and making sure that you are optimized when people start really wanting to spend money again, it happens. It always happens. Things go down and then things skyrocket. People miss it. People were doing the same thing during COVID. They absolutely missed their window to get on and take advantage of all these insane COVID sales. The people that are now bitching and complaining that they're not making any sales on Etsy. I don't care.
You said a bad word.
We're not going to guarantee you any success, but if you're willing to put in the work and you want that extra little bit of ladder to help you get over that brick wall that you're sat up against on Etsy, HAA might be the thing for you. And if it's not, we have a 30-day money back guarantee.
Right. Not to mention, you don't know what you don't know. Like, It's hard to research things.
There's literally no risk with it. We literally will give you your money back if it's not for you. So if you guys are willing to take that jump, I'm going to post a link down in the description. We're going to go ahead and hop off. We love you guys. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
I have become a better person through HAA.
What I really like about Starla is her honesty and transparency. There's so much that she gives to people for free.
I'm like, this is an incredible framework for me to build into and adjust to and adapt to and all these things that I would have never been able to figure out on my own.
I was like reinvigorated about my business when I started HAA.
Our armor was featured in Lucifer's season 5 finale, and the main actor got to wear things that we created here. Part of the reason why we were able and ready to do such a thing was because of the alphas.
Joining Etsy, joining any online platform, you have question after question after question. HAA has been the one place where I've got answers for nearly all my questions.
You guys and what you have done with the Handmade Alpha Academy has literally changed my life.
And you get continued help no matter where you're at in your Etsy journey. That was probably the biggest selling point for me.
The way you teach it, it's simple, it's down to earth. I can comprehend it. That's one of the things I love about your teaching style.
I don't think I ever could have done it without being in the HAA. Your step-by-step steps were fantastic.
I don't know how you could not succeed by following the step-by-step really instruction of how you lead us through HAA.
The first like 4+ years that I was on Etsy, I think I had 37 sales, and we've gotten well over 1,000 since then. I think I'm up to 1,200.
Self-paced, there's an amazing Facebook group that will help you.
Invest in yourself. It's worth every penny and so much more.
I look at my Etsy shop and I look at my website and I am just in awe of what I have done. And I just look at it every day and think, wow.
I actually think that for what you get, you guys are really, really not charging enough. I hate to say that.
I've had thoughts to myself where I've been like, I'd give you guys $3,000 for this course. I see how valuable it is.
2020, I did like maybe $3,000. 2021, I did $10,000. HAA for me paid back for itself 6 weeks after I signed up for it.
I definitely recommend it. If you can invest the the money, the time investment is not too bad.
Well worth the money. There is nothing in all that I've taken that I haven't been able to use for my business.
Absolutely, just do it, because there's no, what do you have to lose? And it's everything you need in one place.
It's hard to buy an education that will teach you practical skills like we learn in HAA.
Take the plunge, do it. First off, the money back guarantee is really a selling point for me.
She knows so much about marketing and branding and the psychology behind it. So that's really good knowledge to have, and she's so willing to share that.
So I would tell everybody out there that's thinking about it, if you're ready for this step and if you're ready to grow yourself and your business, it changes our lives, honestly.